So now on to the concerning part. You know, the giveaway takeaway is somewhere the Browns improved dramatically last year. They were -2, you could even say -3 when you talk about that snap. So the Chubb fumble, listen, you can't beat up a guy. He's going to touch the ball 200 times, and he may fumble 3 or 4 times. That's going to happen. Mayfield was trying to make the correct football play when he was trying to throw it away. He got, his foot kind of whacked by somebody from behind, then ended up going and being intercepted. Little unlucky. Jamie Gillan, love him to death. You're going to touch the ball 5 or 6 times. You have to catch the snap. That's one that can't happen. And then you got to kick the ball. I mean, he had the opportunity to kick the ball and just didn't react.
Yeah, I mean, that was the most concerning part. He panicked. With Nick Chubb. So Nick Chubb fumbles, and the Browns turn around, and on that next series, what do? They feed Nick Chubb, and he leads them down the field, and Kareem Hunt ended up finishing off the drive. But most of the drive happened with Nick Chubb toting the football. Baker Mayfield, I don't think anybody believes that interception is going to hang with him, and he's not going to be able to just turn it around. And eventually, next time around, he's going to make that throw out of bounds. He's going to learn from that. Jamie Gillan, though, like you said, he just panicked in that moment, and that gives Kansas City that super short field. They start in the red zone. Look, maybe he punts it and Kansas City goes 50 yards and still scores, but at least they have to go 50 yards, and that opens up the possibility for a Myles Garrett sack or for John Johnson to get his hands on a football. It just creates a little more variance for you where maybe your defense can make a play, and you just can't give Kansas City. You can't have empty possessions, and you definitely can't have empty possessions that lead in short fields like that.
And I got some pushback when I said, if the Browns push or win the turnover battle, I think they will win the football game. Well, -2, that doesn't give much chance. The reason that is so important is when you turn the ball over, you're giving that offense an extra possession. You could argue with that, but you'd be wrong. Turnovers give the other offense extra possessions. That's why coaches hate them.
Right, and it creates an empty possession where you don't have any control with how they get the football. So you can't punt it to them and say, hey, at least they're going to get the football inside the 20 or whatever. You just lose all that control because you gave the ball away. It usually ends up in good field position for the other team. And, look, even against the Texans, if you give Tyrod Taylor extra possessions, that's not great. But against a team like the Chiefs, they're going to absolutely kill you because they are just unrelenting. They are unforgiving. And it just takes 14 seconds for Patrick Mahomes to scramble around and find Tyreek Hill down the field for 75 yards. That's how good that offense is. You're not going to face that offense every week. You're going to be able to get away with a little more, but you don't want to play that game against any NFL team, especially this one.
Yeah, and it snowballs quickly against really good and explosive offenses.